Good evening, everybody. Sandy Thunder here. It's been about a week since I've last updated y'all with some baseball card news. Uh, Between Thursday when I did the giveaway and today, went upstate to upstate New York to the Catskills. Got away for about 3 days, and it was definitely great time. Got a chance to relax, but of course, I got a chance to visit some card shops and some antique stores that had cards. So of course I couldn't get away for too long. I have some packs that I'm covering up because these are the packs that I've had for a while, and I'm going to show you the cards that I purchased. But before we get started, if you are new to the channel, hit that subscribe button as well as the notification bell. And while you're at it, why don't you like this video too? The more likes we get, the more viewers we get, the more giveaways. It's a win-win situation for everybody, which I will be doing more giveaways in the near future. I have plenty of vintage inventory to share with y'all, so I really look forward to doing that. Some news for the future. Let's see, the SGC submission. I'm checking every day. It's shown that they received it, but have yet to see any status update about any of them being graded. But at least they have it, so there's that. Once I do get it back, depending on my experience, I might send more in for preservation purposes. I have a lot of vintage cards that I really want to slab up in tuxedos, so something to definitely consider. Uh, this weekend, I'm thinking about going to some card shops, but I haven't made up my mind yet. I might sell some more. We'll see. It's supposed to be a beautiful weekend, so I'm looking forward to that. Uh, why don't I just show you what I've purchased? I went to a number of shops, some antique stores, some card shops. I went to Cooperstown as well. I forgot to mention. Yeah, Cooperstown. I purchased some cool stuff. So I figured I'd just jump right into it. The first shop I went to, I'll get into the story about these cards in a second. First shop I went to is called Gadgets and Gizmos. Gizmos and Gadgets. I can't remember the proper name. Um, it's really, it's like really in the countryside. It's in Downsville, New York. It is open only on Sundays between I think like 10 and 3 o'clock. So it's a small window of time, but it's it's a store full of toys, cards. Really, there's so much to look through. It's a lot. So if you decide to ever make the trek up to Downsville or in that surrounding area, just be prepared to have to squirm around the store to try to find certain cards. And I found this one. Now, granted, the condition of this Willie Mays card or cutout, I guess you could say, the value brings it down significantly. But what makes this one special is this is a tobacco card from 1952. The color of the card has been severely faded, probably due to light. This has been sitting out in the light. Normally, this would have a very rich yellow. Um, and Willie Mays' natural color would be just more elegant looking and not so gray toned here as you see in front of you. The color of the cap with the New York logo would be more present. So there is a lot of condition issues with it, but I love having it. It's probably tough to find these. Normally there's a tab down here that collectors apparently uh, like to see on this, but unfortunately this one did have the tab removed. On the back, this was made by Redman's Doubleheader for baseball fans. Kind of goes into a little synopsis about what Redman chewing tobacco is, and apparently there were 25 of these distributed, and Willie Mays was one of them. So I thought this was kind of special, despite the condition, despite the fading. This is like the rendition of a rookie card has that feel to it. So I decided to buy it from Gizmos and Gadgets. They're selling it for about $40, and I tried to go down a little bit, but the seller was not budging. And I knew that if I didn't get it then, that I would regret it later on because I love collecting Willie Mays stuff, and the price I thought was fair. Because ultimately, over time, this might become more desirable, might become more collectible, and you know, I've had some dealers tell me that this is going to be a tough sell because of the condition, because it's missing the tab. But uh, I'm not too worried about that, at least not right now, because I plan on holding on to this. So I thought this is really special. I would love to get your thoughts on what you think. If you've ever seen it before, if you've ever had it before, I'd love to hear what you have to say about it. The next shop I went to was in Oneonta, at a place called Marketplace on Chestnut, I think is the name of it. Marketplace on Chestnut had, selling antiques, just your typical antique warehouse. And they had one vendor selling baseball cards, and I saw this one last time I was there about a year ago, and it clearly didn't sell. It's one of those shops you can't haggle price, unfortunately, because it's in a cabinet and it's run by a vendor who the vendor obviously is not there, but you have the owners of the shop selling there on the vendor's behalf. And you have this Roberto Clemente. This one, it's off center, but the condition of it's pretty nice. Corners are very, very sharp. There's a few stains like this one right at the top here, and it looks like there's one sort of right over there. And but otherwise, it's a very clean card, and this one I paid 35 for, and I've seen these cards go for a lot more. And so I figured if I didn't get it, I could get it at a show, but I didn't want to take the chance of having to overspend on a Clemente at a card show for like 50, $60 when I can just get this one for 35. So I figured, why not get it for that price? It's a card that I didn't have in my collection, and I felt like if I didn't get it then, I would regret it. So for 30, 35, I thought that was a fair deal. Once I did that, I drove after I left Oneonta. I ended up driving to Cooperstown because I wanted to check out the shops there, and it was pretty quiet. I didn't end up going to the baseball Hall of Fame, but I did stand outside. I took some video recording footage of it. It's kind of nice because nobody was around, so I was able to get a nice shot of it, and I'll probably show it in this video. But quite a striking place. They really keep it. They really do a great job at keeping it nice and clean and just historic looking. And you kind of get that feel when you're there, that feeling of nostalgia. Um, but the next shop I went to is a place called Pioneer Sports, and first time going there. Every single time I've gone to Cooperstown, they're never open, so it's kind of cool to finally catch them when they're open. It had a lot of really cool cards, really kind of all over the place, but not messy in a way. Just a lot of different cases and cabinets that they have full of cards and signed balls and huge, huge sports collection. And of course, I saw this Larry Bird card there. It is off center, but I will never ever pass up a Larry Bird card. This one is very sharp. No issues in the corners, just the off center is the only thing about it that kind of probably will drive the value down. But this one was $35, and I'll never turn down a Larry Bird card, especially a second year. I love collecting these cards. I think this is the third one that I have now, so nice little added piece from Pioneer Sports. Had a nice conversation with the guy. We started talking about how the Donruss 1984 set is a beautiful set and very desirable among collectors, which it is because it's distinguishable from the other sets, from the other years that they've come out with. So in the Mattingly rookie card, and nevertheless, nice shop, cool cards, and so I took away at least one card after engaging with the guy in conversation. I felt like, well, if I should try to find something that I like. So the bird card was it. The last shop I've been to a number of times. This was Yastrzemski Sports. Great, great shop. They have tons and tons and tons of vintage, which is what I love. Um, I had a very difficult time picking something out, and I picked out this 1964 Willie Mays card. They had a whole bunch of them. One of which was graded for like $250. It was graded like a 4, and so I wasn't I like to buy raw cards in the hopes of grading them myself and hopefully getting a really nice grade out of it. But more importantly, I just love seeing the card in a raw condition. And this one, uh, it was listed as for 125, and since I was paying cash, he brought it down to $100. So that was really cool of him. Beautiful card overall. I've been really wanting this one for quite a while. So finding this one in this condition, the centering is pretty nice. Not perfect, but top to bottom is pretty nice. Left to right is pretty nice. Uh, I'm just noticing, yeah, it's just really, really nice card overall. Um, in the back of it, very, nice and sharp. The corners are sharp. This one's a little touched up, but otherwise, beautiful card, and really pleased to have it in the collection. So this is from Yastrzemski Sports. Yeah, very nice. And so I figured we'll finish off tonight's video with some packs, as I always do. I wanted to start off with the 88 Topps baseball. We'll go from there. And we start us off with Mike Dunn, Ross Jones, Terry Leach, Brian Holton, Brian Fisher, Mickey Brantley, Mariano Duncan, Steve Bedrosian, Rick Aguilera, Keith Moreland, Jody Davis, Frank Williams, Bobby V, Salazar, Dennis Oil Can Boyd. Pretty quiet. Usually it's always been pretty quiet at the 88s. Just not a lot of action in those packs, unfortunately. Do the 89 next. Okay. We got ourselves the Tigers leaders, Tom Bolton, Mike Harkey, Ted Power, Mike Schooler, Athletics leaders, Mike Lacoste, Todd Stottlemyre, Billy Ripken. That's his not his rookie. No, I guess that was the 87 was his rookie. I always forget. The 89 with with his special bat. Nelson Santovina, Dave Henderson, Andres Thomas, Mike Scott, Charlie Liebrant, and Terry Clark. Pretty quiet on the star front so far. Hopefully we'll run into something nice soon. We'll open up the skybox. It's the last skybox in my box. No pun intended. From the box of packs that I had, this is number 36 I'm opening. Maybe we'll find a Jordan or something like a Sean Kemp or something like that. Ed Pickney, Kevin Edwards, Ricky Pierce, Wayne Rollins, John Williams, Kevin Gamble, Benoit Benjamin, Kurt Rambis, Mark McNamara. There's Reggie. First star card for tonight. Scott Skiles, Trent Tucker, Liddell Eccles, Jack Haley, and Derek Smith. We'll open up the 90 hoops. All right, we got Brian Shaw. Hey, Vladdy Divac rookie card. He's a Hall of Famer. Orlando Blockman, Derek Harper, Sam Vincent. There's another Sam Vincent, which has a special card because it has Michael Jordan wearing number 12. Fat Lever, Mark Akers, John Bagley, Charles Davis, Richard Anderson, Greg Dreeling. There's Magic's All-Star card. That's pretty cool. Bill Hanslick, Winston Bennett, and Orlando Woolridge. Open up the 86 now. Gum is broken up into pieces here. I've always found that this box of 86 that I bought had like a lot of cards stuck together. You got Bruce Bochy. This one is not stuck together. Here's Ken Herbeck, Steve Bedrosian, Glenn Wilson. Hey, Tim Rock Reigns. That's a good one. This one's not messed up in any way. Gary Lavelle. This one is stuck to Pete Filson. You can see the damage here the gum did to this. Yeah. Made an indent in the card. Alan Wiggins. Al Bumbry. Damaso Garcia was an all-star. Bob James, Mark Brown, Marty Bystrom, Jerry Davis, another oil can Boyd, Dennis Boyd. And we'll finish off tonight with 89 NBA Hoops, the inaugural edition. And we lead us off tonight. We have Herb Williams, John Paxson, another Herb Williams, Ralph Sampson, Ron Harper, Harold Presley. There's Chief Robert Parrish, Buck Johnson, Steve Johnson. There's Isaiah. That's a nice one. Frank Bukowski, Chris Morris, Michael Cage, John Stockton, and Dave Hoppen. So that's going to wrap it up for tonight. Let me know which card of mine that I purchased was your favorite. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell for future videos. I got some good stuff coming along. I hope y'all have a great rest of your week. I'll see you soon. Take care.